I'm excited to welcome you at DigiTec Summit and Expo. This year is very unique in terms of having international presence here in Yerevan. I'm excited to welcome my colleagues from Georgia and Iran. I'll let you introduce yourself, guys.
Yes. Hello, I'm glad to be here. I'm Amir from one of Iranian accelerator companies. I'm glad to be here for the first time in DigiTec, and I think we can have good and positive days in front of us.
Good. How about you?
So first of all, I would like to thank you for inviting Georgian startups to Armenia. It is our first experience participating in DigiTec, and we are very happy to present our startup ecosystem to Armenia and to get used to and have a deeper look at how Armenia is performing in this field. So thank you so much. And I currently represent a startup Fertimo, and we usually help businesses to manage the daily operations using our software in fitness and the wellness fields.
Oh, exciting. So I'm Sargis, Deputy CEO at UATE, Union of Advanced Technology Enterprises. We are behind DigiTec, so we are organizing DigiTec. So today we'll talk about your experiences as a startup founder. Since I'm coming from I'm a tech entrepreneur and lately joined the UATE team. So let's share your experiences, how it looks like to being a tech entrepreneur in Iran, and then you share in Georgia, then I'll share in Armenia.
In Iran, we have so many problems in Iran because of conditions, sanctions first of all, and other conditions, economic pressures in our country that makes developing system very hard for us, because developers from our country are jumping out very much, and the main problem now in our country is becoming this. I think from your country and maybe your country is happening the same thing because of the difference between income of developers that are main factor of much of startups is a problem that we are facing nowadays. We should solve it.
Do you have local VCs, accelerators, incubators? How many of them? How good are they?
Especially in Iran, we have so many accelerators, but not so many startups. Every company that every VC seeks for a startup that comes and they can help to grow. But because of these conditions, they don't have chance. They have low chance. Also, another problem, main problem that I think is everywhere is regulation. Regulations are very limiting startups to grow or to think about growing. But because we are here, I think one of things that may happen to help us making a better space is that we as startup accelerators or entrepreneurs contact with each other about fields that can be shared in our countries, because we don't have this connection maybe other countries don't have such a connection. This connection between countries and accelerators in countries may help them, may help to solve some problems between. Yeah, I think it can help.
Thank you for sharing that. I see that the goal we had somehow is serving. We are getting there.
Yes.
So the idea of the internationalizing DigiTec was to invite neighbors to collaborate, to explore the areas we could possibly collaborate. And I'm seeing this is already starting.
Yes,
right?
starting.
Okay. So how about you?
Yeah. So basically, I think that major challenges startups in our country, in Georgia, face is that domestic market is too small, and you have a very little market to launch your product on. But from another point of view, this encourages startup to think globally.
Absolutely.
In the very beginning. Yes, right. And another challenge is that maybe like in Armenia, all this startup ecosystem is just starting to build, and we have to go through a long journey yet. But mostly with the help of the government, in Georgia's case, there are lots of new advances in this field, including establishing some tech parks around the country, including attracting some international accelerators like 500 startups that's already presented in Georgia, and I've seen several Armenian startups also participating.
Yeah.
Yes. In addition, there are some accelerators, some small VC funds popping out, and so ecosystem is slow by slow growing in Georgia, and it's getting a common thing. Also, government has several grant financing programs for early stage startups, like JITA matching grants that's giving away without going into equity up to I'm not sure, but 60,000 USDs about is just comes as a prize. So it's slowly growing, and we have seen several Georgian startups successfully exiting the market that have been purchased on the Silicon Valley, acquired on the Silicon Valley.
So how many VCs, angel groups, accelerators, like, no need to have the exact number, but the order of magnitude, or what's the?
I can tell you approximate number, maybe about 8 to 10 accelerators, including the 500 startups, and maybe 4 to 5 VC funds in Georgia.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and share about my experience as a founder in Armenia. So back to 5 years ago, we had only one VC or two. Now we are getting up to 10, and also we have two very well-performing angel groups that are actively investing. We have a couple of acceleration and pre-acceleration programs here. So the challenges you face, you guys, it's a regional challenges. For example, small market, but also it's an opportunity, regulations, and so on. UATE is working a lot on the regulation stuff. Not only UATE, but other VCs, other unions are working on this to make a little bit more easier for life for startups in terms of regulations. Now we have startup law that allows you are basically tax-free for the first 5 years. We personally benefited from that in my previous startup. But the opportunity here is that Armenia has Armenians have huge diaspora, and we are very well connected, especially in the United States. We have a lot of tech entrepreneurs there, and they are coming and opening offices in Armenia. One good example is Service Titan, started in LA, and then opened a branch in Armenia that is valued over $1 billion. We have Pixar that started solely in Armenia, but through Armenian network they got into US, got funding from Sequoia, and now they are valued over $1 billion. In that, now we see like new founders are forming, like people from Pixar starting new startups, Arto started new startup, Podcast, so that is already a couple of $10 million company. Compared to 5 years ago, now it's much more easier to attract funding in Armenia, especially if we are talking pre-seed, seed. Back then when we were starting, raising 250K seed or pre-seed was nightmare. Today, you can reach to up to $1 million with the local funding. But if you go already Series A, you have to go out.
I see. Yeah, you're absolutely right. The diaspora part is very important because you can easily transfer technology back to Armenia or from Armenia. Also, our government has this new legislation that enables international companies to establish a legal entity in Georgia and work abroad. And if your majority of your sales and revenue comes from the international markets, you do not pay taxes, do not pay VAT usually, and you just have to pay 5% income tax per employee, and that's very convenient for.
In terms of opening network for you guys, it's worth mentioning that tech network is not heavily focused on the nationality. So the Armenians we have globally, they're open-minded and they're happy to help any founder that is having operation in Armenia. Let's say you open an office in Armenia, you can get funding from these funds, and those are US funds. So they are investing in companies that have operations in Armenia. It doesn't matter if the founder's nationality doesn't matter. The clause is that you have at least have an operation in Armenia. So this is a great opportunity for you to unlock Armenian network by being neighbors. Yeah.
Let me add another potential. We have a big market in Iran. We have 80 million people, that 99% has mobile network, and they are very, very interested in mobile applications. Opposite of maybe some European countries that maybe don't trust very soon. No, in Iran, very soon they trust. Very soon they trust, and they interact with the applications. We have this possibility in Iran. Maybe we collaborate, and you can come to our country, and maybe you have your market here, and we can help this way.
So this is the first step, guys. So this is the conversation opening, right? DigiTec is opening conversations. So what we do at UATE, we form a delegation with the local companies that are interested, for example, in Iranian market, and we visit you. So if you can host us, we can visit, explore the market, see other founders, make connections, find partners. So it's not easy to enter a new market. There are some cultural things, legal things, and so on. having a partner there would be crucial to enter the market. So this is a great opportunity. We could even come together like dual delegation, Georgian Armenian delegation, and go together to Iran and explore the market, right?
Very good. It is very good. Also, we have yearly something like DigiTec. We have yearly in our country. It is named by telecommunication event that there approximately I think 1,500 companies
Presenting.
Yes, present there.
Oh, that's
And
very interesting.
yes, in Tehran, from all other cities, they gather together, and they start to interact. And then after the event, they go to their cities, and they can transfer anything they gathered there to their cities. It is very, I think, a very good chance that we can manage it.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about later talk about how we can promote that and how we can invite Armenian companies to be presented there, as we have Iranian companies in DigiTec. Could you please, guys, share a little bit of your experience of whole DigiTec experience, like from as a user and as a presenter? So how is your experience?
So first of all, to mention about the let's say user experience, we met many other companies that work like provide some technology solutions to other tech companies like chatbots and like data analysis, and it was very interesting that when coming here, we had no idea that here, about 300 kilometers away from our hometown, we have somebody that's working on AI, and you do not have to use some tools from Silicon Valley, you know. And it was very interesting experience indeed, and we have now connections with those startups. From another point of view, we have seen some potential clients who may be who we see as a prospect partners here locally, to grow our business here, and it was also a very good opportunity. Also, we have seen many youngsters coming and asking if we have open vacancies, and now we see Armenia as a point where we can gather resources for our development team to grow our ecosystem and presence here regionally. And overall, to sum up, it was a great event, and we found a lot of new opportunities, and we get used to people. And as we now see, our colleague says that even in Iran there is a high level of smartphone penetration, and you can bring your solutions to there and grow the system easily. So that sounds very interesting and appealing to us.
Oh, nice. How about you? How was your experience?
First of all, very good. This is my first time in Armenia, but I'm glad to see to be in this event, because we discovered very possible markets that we think maybe we can help to fill them. Maybe in conversation with visitors, we saw that some of them were very interested in some of our solutions, but in our country it was very normal, and I was excited. Isn't there any of them there? So I have a very big market here. I can go there. This is very good for me and for my partners. But something that I think here, I feel the lack of it is here. this event is more B2C, but we like more B2B. B2B makes connections to core systems in your country. But B2C, maybe we here cannot contract with your customers here in your event.
Absolutely. Thanks for sharing your candid feedback. We will definitely work on that. Let me share what we think about that. So when DigiTec started 17 years ago, we needed to educate a wider population to what is IT about, what is high tech about. Okay, then companies were presenting not for sales, but just to educate people what these IT guys are doing, right? I'm sure you had this case in your country. You are having this case also. But your feedback is a signal that we mission accomplished. Yes. Now it's time to move into B2B deals. So we are planning to have next DigiTec full with registrations. Yes. Yes. And we'll be able to provide you data about what kind of companies are visiting, CEOs, partners, engineers, and another thing is that as Armenian market is small, local companies present in DigiTec for employer branding, for hiring mainly. They are not presenting for sales, most of them. Okay, so that's why we have you see a lot of people that are not in business. So you see a lot of engineers, and also DigiTec is a celebration for Armenians. So you see today, the last day, you see a lot of people with kids, right? Yes. Those are the people who come first day for work, to do deals, yes. And today they come with the kids. Yes. So maybe we need to separate special days for family days, business days, students days, and then we will consider that. Thank you so much. Today is last day, and we have a party. Are you aware of the party? Yes. So there's an exhibitors party. We're gonna have nice party, dancing, drinks. Let's jazz it up together.
Thank you. Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate your kindness. Thank you very much.
Thank you.